Hello guys, it's a pleasure being here again. I'm still the distinguished Mr. Mayor. Welcome to yet another English class. In today's class, we'll be talking about countable and uncountable nouns. What are countable nouns? Countable nouns are individual objects, people, places, and so on and so forth, which can be counted or numbered. A countable noun can be both singular, as in a friend, a house, and so on and so forth, or plural, as in a few apples, lots of trees, and so on and so forth. So, when a noun is countable, you can number it. You can say 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, you can number it. That's what makes it countable. Do you understand? Okay, and once it is countable, you can have singular and plural. Singular means one, plural means more than one. Okay, now when you use singular form of verb with a singular countable noun, so that the subject and the verb will agree. That's what we call subject and verb agreement, or concord in grammar. Now, a dog, a cat, an animal, man, person, bottle, box, liter, coin, note, dollar, cup, plate, fork, table, chair, suitcase, bag. All these are examples of countable nouns. Now, countable nouns can be singular or plural, like we said at the onset. Now, look at these examples. My dog is playing. Here, you're talking about one dog. As the verb is singular, is. Here, my dogs are hungry. Here, the noun is in plural form, dogs, more than one. As the verb are is used to make way for subject and verb agreement. A countable noun have plural form. This is singular form. We have a car and then eggplant. Now when we talk about plural form, we can have 3, some, many. Okay, so 3 dogs, some dogs, many dogs. Excuse me. Now, countable nouns. Okay, that's what we're actually dwelling on more between the two topics. Now, uncountable nouns are substances, concepts, and so on and so forth that we cannot divide into separate elements. We cannot count them because we can't divide them into separate elements. So, substances, concepts that are together, you can't separate them. Such are what you call uncountable nouns. We have an example here. Milk. Okay, you can't count milk, can you? No, it's impossible. Okay, but we can count bottles of milk. We can count liters of milk. Now, bottle and liters. What do you call them? You call them partitives. Okay, you call them partitives, or container, okay, or quantity divider. Okay, so these are words that we add to uncountable nouns, and once you add them to uncountable nouns, they make the uncountable nouns countable. We have more of such, but before we go to more of such partitives, let's look at further examples of uncountable nouns. Music, it's also an example of uncountable. Art, love, happiness, advice, information, news, furniture, luggage, rice, sugar, butter, water, electricity, gas, power, money, and currency. So those are examples of uncountable nouns. Now, talking about partitives with uncountable nouns, you have it down here. But before we go there, let us talk about the grammatical usage of uncountable nouns. Since they are uncountable, they are treated as singular. Okay, in sentences, uncountable nouns are treated as singular, hence they attract singular verbs. If you look at this, we have the news is very important. Is, because the news is seen as an entity, an inseparable entity. The luggage looks heavy. Luggage is also an uncountable noun, so it's just seen as an inseparable entity. You can't divide it into counting units. But does it mean we can't count uncountable nouns? No. We can actually count uncountable nouns. We've talked about it before. All you need to do is add partitives to it, okay? Or containers to it. Words that will help you break the seemingly uncountable nouns into countable units. For example, cheese, okay? Cannot be counted. But with a piece, you can count it. So you can have a piece of cheese. What about soup? You can't count it. But with a bowl or a plate, you can. So you have a bowl of soup. Okay. What about tea? A cup of tea. Cup makes tea countable. What about wine? We have a bottle of wine. Then we have a carton of milk, a bar of chocolate. So these words here are partitives that help us to count these naturally uncountable nouns. Okay? I hope you get that. Here are more examples of countable and, how to make uncountable nouns countable. Common containers or quantity expressions. We have, in terms of advice, baggage, bread, equipment, furniture, garbage, information, knowledge, luggage, money, musical, news, pasta, research, travel, and work. Here are partitives that make them countable. A piece of advice, a piece of baggage, a slice of bread, a loaf of bread, a piece of equipment, a piece of furniture, a piece of garbage, a piece of information, a fact, a piece of garbage, a bag, a suitcase, a note, a coin, a song, a piece of news, a plate of pasta, a serving of pasta, a piece of research, a research project, a journey, a trip, a job, a position. All right. So these are countable nouns because we've added containers or quantity expressions to them. Better still, because we've added partitives to them. So they've gone from uncountable nouns to countable nouns. There are some more common uncountable food types with their containers or quantity expressions. We have liquid. Now, water, beer, wine are all liquid. You can have a glass, a bottle, a jug of water, etc. Cheese, you can have a slice, a chunk, a piece of cheese. Meat, you can have a piece, a slice, a pound of meat. Then butter, you can have a bar of butter. Then we have ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, or we can have a bottle of or a tube of ketchup. Alright guys, uh, that's how I'm supposed to end the class. Or we have, let's say it's a quiz, okay? A short quiz to test our understanding. Okay, don't forget what we did. Countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are nouns that can be divided into measuring units, okay, and can be numbered. So you can actually say 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of that. Now, one is singular, more than one is plural. In terms of uncountable nouns, these are nouns that cannot be divided into separate countable units. Do you get it? Now, because of that, they are treated as singular when they're used in a sentence. But if you want to count them, you need to add certain words to them. These words are positives, okay? Or quantity words or containers. You need to add them to the words, then they can become countable nouns. Okay, so that was what we did so far. Now, back to this quickly over time. Information is it countable or uncountable? Information is uncountable. What about rules? It's countable. What about sheep? It is actually countable. But don't forget that the plural of sheep is still sheep. It doesn't change. What about money? Money is uncountable. What about rice? Rice is uncountable. What about bottles of wine? Bottles of wine is countable. Alright, thank you very much, guys. Please do not forget what we've learned. This is how we come to the end of class today. Alright, I hope to see you another time uh, when I bring another interesting video on English to you. For now, thank you very much and see you later.